1 week ago, I made a video going over an alternate ending that was found 13 years later for the original Modern Warfare 3. And in that cutscene, a mysterious character appears and no one seemingly knew who it was. That is, until today, because we actually are able to get an up-close look at who this character is and answer that question. But first, if you didn't see the original video, basically what happened is Modern Warfare 3 has an alternate post-credit scene that was deleted from the game, but a data miner found it in the game files. And in those game files were this. So as we discussed last week, clearly what happens here is after Yuri and Captain Price go in to take out Vladimir Makarov at Hotel Oasis, Captain Price kills Makarov, he is hanging there, and then Captain Price, in this alternate ending, drops his cigar, seemingly dying or at the very least passing out, and then we see the mysterious character in the back. And I got a ton of speculation as to who this character may be, so I wanted to clear some of it up and then actually show you who that character is. So the first thing a lot of people were saying was that this is Yuri. Well, I've got some bad news for you. There is no way that this is Yuri, because as I showed you in that video earlier on, like literally 2 minutes before, we see Yuri get shot in the face by a Desert Eagle by Vladimir Makarov. And I know what you may be thinking, because I actually did the same thing. In recent Call of Duties, just because a character gets shot in the head does not mean they're necessarily dead. But this is not new Call of Duty. This is old school Call of Duty. And if you died in those games, if you saw someone died, they were most indeed dead. And this would mean that a couple of the other characters that we discussed in that video are also removed from this. This includes General Shepard. We know this because he took a knife to the face. Also, Imran Zakhaev. Imran Zakhaev got shot like 3 times at the end of Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 1, whatever you want to call it. So basically all of those characters from the Modern Warfare franchise are removed from the conversation. And this left us with one more, and one that I found very, very interesting. And that is that this character was actually there to set up Call of Duty Ghost, and that being Gabriel T. Rourke. As we know, Rourke was the ghost killer from Call of Duty Ghost. He was essentially taken as being a ghost, brought into the Amazon rainforest, tortured until the point where he was switched his brain, and now he wants to go out and murder all of the good guys. This would be a very interesting way of setting up Call of Duty Ghost, but the one thing that I didn't take into account when approaching that theory last time is if that was what was going on, and that is who this character was, they would have just left this cutscene in the game, because Call of Duty Ghost came out and it is absolutely a thing. So they would have just left it in there. It would have set up Call of Duty Ghost. The timeline does actually match up. I checked that in the last video, which will be linked down in the description if you want to check it. But they didn't. They removed this cutscene. So that tells us that most likely this character is not Gabriel T. Rourke. Another couple comments that I saw in the video, and I actually thought of this when I was making the video, but I didn't put it inside, is that this is Captain Price hallucinating. We see him drop his cigar. We see him pass out. Maybe this is one of the ghosts from his past. Maybe this is Zakhaev. Maybe this is one of those old characters, but he is just imagining them. One of the lines at the very end of the game is actually Makarov telling Price, "I'll see you in hell." And then Price responds by saying, "Say hi to Zakhaev for me."
Shepard is using site Hotel Bravo. You know where it is. I'll see you now.
Looking forward to it. Give my regards to Zakhaev if you get there first.
Maybe this was him dying and picturing Vladimir Makarov and Zakhaev once again meeting. This whole "see you in hell" motif. That would make a lot of sense too. And then this was until someone actually no-clipped into the cutscene and was able to get a closer look at who this actually was. So when we actually go in and get a closer look at this character, we see a couple of different things. First of all, the character was not bald. I originally thought they were bald. They are not bald. The other thing is they are wearing a suit, and in fact, what they are wearing, who they are, and what the actual character model is a character in the game, in Modern Warfare 3. And in fact, this character can actually be seen in the campaign. In the mission where you go in and you are protecting the Russian president, we see some of the Russian Secret Service agents sitting around the table upon the airplane. All of these are fighting against Makarov's men who are invading the airplane to try to kidnap the president and his daughter. So during this time, we see all of the characters in the same suit with the pins, and very clearly that character at the very end is one of these Russian Secret Service agents. So if this ending was canon and they left it in the game, this would be signifying that someone on the inside of the Russian government, or at least the Russian Secret Service, is or was working for Vladimir Makarov. Same suits, same pins. It was someone on that airplane. So when we take all of this information, what it means to me is actually something very, very different than I originally thought. Originally, we were talking about how this was setting up Call of Duty Ghosts, but in fact, I don't think that was the case. I think this cutscene was actually going to be setting up Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I think this character was supposed to be taking over for Makarov. Now that we know that he is a Russian agent, he would probably be taking over Vladimir Makarov's spot and therefore setting up a Modern Warfare 4. This was even a cutscene that they made but was taken out because somewhere along the lines, before Modern Warfare 3 got released, they decided that they were not going to do a Modern Warfare 4. In fact, they were going to do something new, which turned to be Call of Duty Ghosts, hence this being removed. And once this scene is gone, I think I would have preferred if Captain Price did actually die. I think that makes it wrap up. And as we talked about with that whole ending picture, all of those characters being dead and the only remaining operator from Operation Kingfish being Frost, I think that's a much cooler ending to that. But leaving it off on a cliffhanger and not doing a Modern Warfare 4 isn't what they wanted to do, and wrapping it up all in a tidy box. And I think people would have been really let down if for those 3 games we were trying to hunt down and kill the 4 horsemen, and all of a sudden there's a 5th one. I think that wouldn't really make any sense. So they scrapped that idea, and Modern Warfare 4 went out the window, and then we got Call of Duty Ghost. And then we absolutely got left off on a cliffhanger. So clearly they weren't afraid of that, but I guess they didn't want to do a Modern Warfare 4. So it looks as though that is what it is. It was one of Makarov's operators who was going to go and take over for him until Modern Warfare 4 got scrapped. Now, there is one other theory I would like to share with you, and it was in my comments, and I found it absolutely hilarious. Mr. Jambon wrote in a comment saying, "It's the hotel manager who, enraged and disgruntled by the destruction of his hotel, vows to lay waste to the West and their allies, while dying Price watches on in fear, knowing that, while Makarov was dead, they had inadvertently created a new enemy." I found that absolutely hilarious, and I guess we really gotta keep a lookout for that hotel manager. But that is everything we know about this mystery character. I would love to see more of these kind of deleted scenes come out of the wet work, because this is insane. I bet you there is many more of them. And if you happen to be someone who originally worked on Modern Warfare 3 and you are watching this video, I would love to hear from you and hear what actually happened with this cutscene from behind the scenes. I'm sure you can talk about it by now. So if you are, hit me up on Twitter or shoot me an email or something like that. And I would love to hear what the true story behind this is. And of course, if I hear anything, I'll make a video for you guys. But if you enjoy these type of story videos, I make lots of them. So be sure to subscribe, turn notifications on. We got Black Ops 6 around the corner, season 4. Maybe we get to find out what happens with Soap. So stay tuned to the channel, hit that like button if you enjoyed. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace.
That's it. Yes, this is perfect. You just keep looking at me with those pretty eyes. Don't take your eyes off of me.